Hey YouTube, this is Wrestling and Amusement Park Fan 62. I got this idea from the YouTuber Sir Willow. He is a popular YouTuber on here that does a lot of stuff for Disney, um, Silver Dollar City, and Busch Gardens. So I want to do this. He did a video 2 years ago on how to apply to an amusement park. I want to do my own version, but with a little twist. Now, how to apply to an amusement park. Now, it is a fairly simple process. You basically go to the park's website, let's say Kings Island, Dollywood, whatever, and then you'll scroll down to the bottom of the page, and then there'll be something at the bottom that says like team members or something like that. You click that, and then with a lot of these parks for that, they're gonna make you make an account through that, and then so you press what you want to press, such as food, rides, games, etc. So then they'll ask you a series of questions, such as, like, are you a resident of the U.S. and stuff like that. Now, once you get that done, some parks, stuff like that will be longer than others. Dollywood's kind of goes a little bit more in depth as in their food wise. It goes a little bit more in depth on their application. So they talk about, trying to save on food costs and stuff like that. Now, once that gets done, you basically play a waiting game. Now, how long you wait will vary. Now, they'll typically email you or they'll call you. Sometimes they'll do both. And they'll basically say, this is so-and-so from blank park. We want you to come in for an interview on this date. Now, the first thing I will say this. When you go in for the interview, dress nicely, because something my ex-girlfriend said, which is, how you look matters, basically. So if you come in jeans and a t-shirt, they're really not going to think too much about you compared to if the person behind you comes in dressed nicely. Now, I'm not saying dress in a suit. I'm just saying dress in like a collared shirt, nice pants, stuff like that. Now, they'll ask you some questions like, for example, why should we hire you? Stuff like that. Now, by the end of that, they will tell you if you got the job or not. If you got the job, great, congrats. If you did not get the job, that sucks. But, they still may have your name on file just in case. Now, from there, depending on what you applied for, you will go in for training. Now, some certain positions will require more training than others. Something like rides or being a lifeguard will require more training than being in food. And so depending on what you applied for, those positions are going to require you to do more training through the park. Typically, for rides, will take about a day or so to do full training for you to get certified for that. Now, I know some of it is going to kind of be repetitive, but that's what it's going to take. Now, as far as being a lifeguard is concerned, that's going to take a little bit longer. Typically, lifeguards will take at least one full weekend or so, depending on how they do it. But it will vary. Now, for food, basically you'll go in, and from the stand, sometimes they will have you come in before the park will open, and they will teach you everything from the cash register to the fryer to the grill to the soda machine to whatever. Now, here's some advice I have. Now, being in an amusement park is fun, because you will make a lot of friends and stuff like that. But with that being said, you still have to put in the work. Now, depending on the work you put in will also vary depending on what you want to do as far as going up from being, let's say, a team member to a supervisor or something like that. Now, the other thing I will say about this too is some of the perks you can get, though, is you can get free tickets for family and friends, for them to come in and spend the day. And typically what a lot of parks will do is, if you have, most parks will give you like a season pass or something from the park, that can get you in and get you discounts as well. But it depends on the park and how they do it. Not every park is going to be the same when it comes to this. And just pay attention to what they tell you to do.